What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, traders? It's your boy Trader Gravy, and we have another video here for you about two OTEs. Okay, so I recorded the video first, and I'm doing the voice over. I just want to see how this works out and play out. Okay, so yeah, so here we are. We got the 8 o'clock time frame, and we have around 7 o'clock, and we have the 8 o'clock taking out the highs of 7, right? And then we see a displacement. The market came out of was ranging over the Asian and London session, and then right around 7 o'clock it pushed up. So here I'm grabbing the fib, and what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the fib from the body, from the highest point to the body of the lowest point. And what I'm also going is the 3-minute time frame, because the 3-minute time frame gives me a better accuracy of what this fib is going to do on the NASDAQ, something that I have back tested, hundreds of times over months. Not to say in other time frames doesn't work, but I really like the 3-minute and on the fib. And so as the market is continuing to go down, I will be stretching the fib out, right? I'll be stretching the fib out. And what I want to see is 88 or 90% retracement. I've done plenty of videos. No, not videos. I've done plenty of trading with the Nasdaq for months, and it likes the 88 or the 90% retracement for a bigger measure move till I can at least get back to the low it just came from, and maybe a half a move down below that and take profits. Okay. Now, granted, guys, a lot of this is when we are analyzing the market, you have to have the overall bias in the market, whether it's going to be a bullish or a bear market. Knowing that this is the last week, I really don't see the market really going too high. It wants to end the year off with a wick. So if it keep going higher and higher and higher, it can't end off in a wick. So it want to end off in a wick. It's already Nasdaq is already the highest that it has ever been, and just to see, the market maybe do a little neck pullback over the next weeks, but then to continue to go higher. There's really nothing unless some major happen into the news. Um, is why we will see um, markets just drop. Okay, so again, this is where take the fib. We want to measure out, and from there we are going to play. And let's see where this head at. And as it goes down, we're going to continue on moving our fib to adjust to the body. Okay, so just watch this. See what happens. And again, guys, when you have strategies that you take your time out and to back test with, um, for a good while, only use that strategy, and that's what we're going to be doing. Um, we will be doing a 25K challenge, starting in the New Year's. I wanted to start it off with a 25K challenge on the New Year's. I've been waiting, and we only going to use these two strategies. We're going to use, and if I add another strategy, trust me, we're going to back test that first. But the first strategy, the one the video I did the other day, and some OTEs, but that's what I originally came in and learned ICT off of OTEs. Now I'm not a 100% ICT trader. Trade like a hybrid because I would use an indicator. So I'm not 100% ICT. I will use it in the chair. I do believe in the theories. I'm not gonna say theories, but the teaching. I do believe in the teaching. It's just I personally don't have all the man time to spend in it. But as I'm going through, I'm going back looking at old content and slowly but surely working my way through his videos. um, he does get a lot of flack from a lot of people. So um, that's what it is. So here, what I'm doing here is what I want to do is I want to risk 1% per trade. I don't want to lose no more than 2% a day. So, um, well, and so if I lose on this, if I were to lose on this trade, and then there's only one more trade to do, right? If I win that second trade, okay, and we back to break even, then that resets my clock. But if I lose two back to back, we stopping because there's a threshold that after 2%, then we have to go risk only a 0.5%. Okay, and then when we got 2% left of drawdown, then it's 0.25%. Okay, so this is what we do. You can see the half measure, the measured move, rally up. There it is, tapped out. Boom, simple as that. 88%. I don't like the 66 on the NAS because the NASDAQ, especially around New York Open, when the not the 8:30 but the 9:30 when the stock market opens, it's very very volatile. So sometimes it'd be reaching. It would just clear out some stops for no apparent reason and then go the other direction. It will rarely go to 62. Um, so that was the first one. So I'm making some adjustments now so we can get the second one on the second leg. Now, when the second leg comes in, um, I don't try to go all the way down. Once we in the trade, I'll go up to the 5 minute and I look for the medium after the 50% um, retrace, look for the next fair value gap, and I end there off of a second. If you're gonna get into a second trade and you had a winning trade earlier, don't be greedy. Just grab a couple of um, pips and get out of there. Like I said, this is back testing, so I do know how it ends, but this is just so some people who's watching this will get a little cleaner idea on how to set their fibs, right? Especially if you're going to set the Nasdaq and back test your strategy, no matter what currency pair you're using. Right after 7 o'clock, from 7 o'clock to 12, locate all the OTEs and mark them. See how often it happens during the week and then tell yourself, okay, it does it 3 times, 2 times. So for the next couple of weeks, I only want to trade that. And that's what these exercises are doing. And guys, it's easy said to be done, but this is what the challenge is going to come in, and I'm going to do them live. So those videos might be a little long because I got to sit and wait, but I will try to condense them as much as I can so we can get this in here. So here it is. I'm adjusting this. Now, one thing about this trade here, um, the stop loss will have to be higher, right? Because I don't really want it to see the market go above the high of the day. I want that 7 o'clock, that 8 o'clock. I'm hoping that that is the high of the day, and the market doesn't want to go back there. If anything, it goes down. If anything, it consolidates, but I don't want it to go above there. So that's where I put the stop loss over there because there is a bearish sentiment in the market. So now we got to adjust the fib for the next measure move. All of this is before 12 o'clock. If you can get 2 moves before 12, then that's fine, right? That's a 4-hour day from 8 o'clock to 12, right? From 9 o'clock normally is when I'll be logging up because I want to be able to study what happens from 7 to 8 and what happens during the London and the Asian session. So I want to make sure I catch all those moves. So I can't just come right in at 9:30. So I want to take at least 30 minutes to analyze what I'm going to do and what I'm expecting the market to do. One of the things that I do love about learning something from ICT, whether it's how to spit, it's we're you want we're not trying to react to the market. We're trying to anticipate. We're trying to uh, say, okay, if it's done this and this, well, I want to look for it to do this because if it does this, then that means I can do this. Not that I'm saying it's going to do this. What I'm saying is, as I'm putting this fib on here, right? If the market has already took out the lows, so it can come back up at any time, but I want the 88% to be at a level of some type of fair value gap. So when it retraces, it gives me another confluence that I can sell off, right? So what just happened? So I can sell off, right? So as the market continue to push down, and this is one thing you got to be very, very careful with, like I said, with NAS and why you want to use the bodies because the wicks, they will continue to wick out. And one of the things why you want to refine your strategy and just do your strategy because it helps you to wait. It helps you with patience. If you don't have a strategy, then you won't have patience to wait for something that you're looking for, right? You're like, oh, I'm just gonna, if you're a support and resistance trader, you don't really care what type of strategy you have. Write it, define it, and tell yourself, we do not get in a trade unless our strategy shows up. If you backtest your strategy and you notice it is at a multiple times that the strategy happens, then that will give you confidence to wait for it. But you got to back test it. You got to back test it. You got to back test it. I've been back testing this strategy for months, over 2 years. It does this at least once a week, right? And what is everybody's like? The average objective for any trader is 1% per day, which is a lot. It sounds small, but it's a lot because that's 20% in a trading week on average. If you can find your strategy every day, but this strategy does not happen every day. If they do it today, it might do it tomorrow. Might not do it on a Monday or Tuesday. It might show back up on a Wednesday. But you can pull out 2-3% per trade to get you at least 5% per week if you stick with a strategy and only risk 1%, no more than 2% per day, right? Because like I said, sometimes you're gonna put that fib, you're gonna think it's gonna come to your area and it doesn't want to retrace, it doesn't want to go back down, it want to go right through it and takes you out. You lost. So this is why, because I remember I was like, if I can just make 1% a day, boom, I'm fine. Yeah, no. Because I make 1% a day, 1% a day, 1% a day for 3 days, that's 3%. Then I lose 1%, 1%, 1%. I'm back at break even. So what I want to do is, granted, I want to target 1%, but if the trade can get me 2 or 3, why not take it? You do that 3 days a week, you're at 9%. So who cares if you lose 1 or 2% on another day that it was off your strategy that you lost? Now, if you're losing 2 or 3% not according to your strategy, we need to stop that. We need to stop trading trades, getting into trades that's not going to give us what we need. Say like something is happening to, oh, there we go. It paused for some apparent reason. I'm sorry, guys. So here it is. It didn't rallied back up. It's at the end. I don't know what happened to that audio earlier, but we don't got too much left on this time video here, but it hits the 88, right? And we're putting in here what the first trade made, which was $887.50. And so then the second trade, we're gonna calculate that up once with We're going to put this $sign in there, stretch it out so it looks good like that. See that? Cool. So get these adjustments here. Yeah, so we want to make sure it's body on body. Always remember that. Make sure it's on body on body. And then you want to, as the trades play out, just keep your hand on the swivel. Okay. There's a lot of questions that, if you have, you can put that in the comment section. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. It'll really help out the YouTube. But I want to earn you guys subscription. I'm, I'm not like politicians where they just vote for me, but you don't even know who they are. But they want you to vote for them. So I want to earn you guys subscription by executing these trades beginning of the new year. It's going to be huge for us, for me. But I'm good with pressure, so that won't be a big deal. So the market is rallying down right there in the orange section, like I said, I will take the market, put it on the 5-minute when I want to look for an exit strategy. You gotta have extra strategies as well when it comes to market. Not only you gotta be able to get into the market, but now you also gotta figure out how you're gonna get out of a market. So another thing that I learned from ICT is when the market is coming back down, after it passes the 50% mark, look for a fair value gap. And I think that was one of the 22 models on that type of trading style. It wasn't necessarily an OTE, but because I already took one OTE, um, I don't really trust that the market want to continue to go lower. It probably does. I don't know, but I don't trust it. So I'm gonna kind of catch half the move down and just get out. And you can see that move with a 15 pip stop loss, risking 1%, going halfway down is going to give us $341.25. Okay. Let's see here. Yep. And that concludes the video.